Think for a second about how much we rely on our vision. It's almost everything, right?
Absolutely. And globally, more and more people need some help seeing clearly as they age.
That's exactly where our deep dive today comes in. We're looking into the world of intraocular lenses,
Mhm.
IOLs.
That's right. We've got a really comprehensive report here. It's got data right up to March 2025.
Okay.
And our goal really is to pull out the most important insights for you. What's happening now in the IOL market and where it seems to be heading.
Perfect. So just to make sure everyone's on the same page, what exactly are IOLs? Why are they so important?
Well, simply put, they're tiny artificial lenses. They get implanted in the eye, usually when someone has cataract surgery.
Okay, cataracts.
Yeah,
That's when the eye's natural lens gets cloudy.
exactly. And these IOLs, they replace that cloudy natural lens and, well, restore clear vision. It's quite amazing, actually.
It really is. Okay, so let's get into the numbers from the report. What's the big picture, the overall global market size right now?
Right. So for 2025, we're looking at a global market size of around USD 4.9, almost $5 billion.
Nearly 5 billion.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's just now.
That's just the starting point for this year, yeah.
So where's it projected to go? What's the growth look like?
It's showing some pretty significant growth. The projections take it up to over USD 7.3 billion by the year 2033.
7.3 billion. Okay. What kind of growth rate is that over the period?
That works out to a compound annual growth rate, a CAGR of 5.00%. That's from 2025 through to 2033.
Right, CAGR. That's like the average yearly growth, assuming it's steady.
Exactly. Kind of smooths out the bumps year to year.
A steady 5% growth on a market that's already billions.
Yeah.
That's pretty substantial. What's driving that kind of expansion?
Well, the biggest factor really is just the increasing number of cataract surgeries happening worldwide.
Okay, more surgeries.
Yeah, and cataracts are often linked to age. So as the global population gets older, we just, naturally see more cases.
That makes sense.
And there's another piece too. There's growing awareness among people, among patients, about the more advanced options they have now, better vision correction choices during surgery.
Right. So it's not just fixing the cataract, but maybe improving vision overall.
Precisely. An aging world plus more awareness of the solutions.
Got it. Now let's break this down a bit regionally. Where's the biggest chunk of this market right now?
Okay. So North America currently holds the biggest slice of the pie. For 2025, they account for about 37% of the global revenue.
37%. What's that in dollar terms?
That translates to roughly USD 1.8 billion, just under 1.84 billion, actually.
Okay. And their growth?
Their growth is projected to be a bit more, let's say, measured, a CAGR of about 3.5% through 2033.
Interesting. So within North America, where's the action concentrated? The U.S.?
Definitely the U.S. It's a dominant player there. We're talking around USD 1.45 billion of that 1.8 billion total in 2025. And its growth is pegged at about 3.3% CAGR, likely driven by, that large aging population and the widespread use of advanced surgical techniques.
Right. What about Canada and Mexico?
Canada's market is around USD 220 million, with a slightly higher growth rate forecast, 4.3%, probably reflecting their high healthcare standards and aging population too.
Okay.
And Mexico comes in around USD 167 million with a 4.0% growth rate. There, it seems rising access to healthcare is a key factor alongside cataract prevalence.
Okay, so North America is the current leader, but maybe not the fastest growing. What about Europe? How do they stack up?
Europe is number 2. They account for about 29% of the global revenue in 2025.
29%. So
around USD 1.44 billion.
right.
And they're actually expected to grow a bit faster than North America. The CAGR is projected at 5.1% between 2025 and 2033.
5.1%. Interesting. Any particular countries in Europe really pushing that growth?
Well, Germany's a big one. Their market is roughly USD 285 million, growing at about 4.3%, probably down to their strong healthcare system and, again, demand for advanced lenses for their aging population.
Right.
The UK is next, around USD 242 million, growing a bit faster at 4.9%. Similar drivers there, demographics and interest in, vision correction beyond just basic cataract removal.
And others. France, Italy.
Yeah, France, Italy, Spain. They show steady growth, maybe a bit lower. Russia has a decent market size, but its growth rate is more modest. It's a more established market overall in Western Europe.
Interesting to see those variations even within developed regions. Okay, now, let's talk about the region we often see booming, Asia Pacific.
Ah, yes, APAC. It's definitely a dynamic region for IOLs. They hold about 24% of the global market share in 2025.
24%, so that's what, about USD 1.2 billion.
Just under, yeah, around USD 1.19 billion. But here's the key thing. They are projected to be the fastest growing region by far.
Really? How fast?
We're talking a CAGR of 7.7% from 2025 to 2033.
Wow, almost 8% average annual growth. That's huge for a market segment this size. What's behind that surge?
It's a few things coming together. China is a massive driver, obviously. Their market is around $500 million USD already, growing at 7.2%. Huge aging population, rapidly improving healthcare access.
Makes sense.
But look at India. Even more impressive growth, projected at 9.6% CAGR.
9.6%.
Yeah. The market size is smaller now, around USD 119 million in 2025, but the potential is enormous, driven by a growing number of cataract cases and, importantly, rising disposable incomes making treatment more accessible.
So affordability is improving there.
It seems so. And then you've got Japan and South Korea also making significant contributions to that regional growth.
That's a really powerful growth story unfolding in Asia Pacific. Okay, what about the other regions? South America, Middle East, Africa, are they significant?
They're smaller shares, but still showing solid growth. South America holds about 4% of the global market in 2025. That's around USD 189 million. Projected growth is 5.7%. Brazil's the leader there.
Okay, 5.7%.
The Middle East is similar, also about 4% share, around USD 199 million. Projected growth there is 5.3%. Key players are Saudi Arabia and the UAE.
And Africa?
Africa currently has the smallest share, about 2.2%, which is around USD 109 million, but it's also expected to grow at that same 5.3% rate. South Africa and Nigeria are the main markets to watch there.
Got it. So summing up the regions, North America and Europe are the big players now, but the real engine of future growth looks like Asia Pacific, with decent expansion everywhere else too.
That's a good summary, yeah.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about the lenses themselves. What different types of IOLs are out there and how are they performing in the market?
Right. Well, the most common type, the workhorse, you could say, is the monofocal IOL.
Monofocal, one focus point.
Exactly. They give clear vision, but usually just at one distance, typically far distance. They've been around a long time, very effective, proven track record in cataract surgery.
And probably more affordable.
Generally, yes. Their lower price point makes them really accessible, especially in, more cost-sensitive healthcare systems or for patients without specific visual needs beyond clearing the cataract. So they dominate in terms of volume.
That makes sense. Established, reliable, cost-effective. But the report mentioned other types gaining ground.
Oh, absolutely. The fastest growing segment is multifocal IOLs.
Multifocal, like bifocal glasses, but inside the eye.
Sort of, yeah. They're designed to provide clear vision at multiple distances, near, intermediate, far. The big appeal is reducing or even eliminating the need for glasses after surgery.
That's a big quality of life thing.
Huge. And as the aging population increasingly deals with presbyopia, that difficulty focusing up close that happens to almost everyone.
Right, needing reading glasses.
Exactly. The demand for these multifocal IOLs is really taking off. Plus, the technology itself has gotten much better, leading to improved visual outcomes, fewer side effects like glare or halos compared to older designs.
So people wanting spectacle independence is a major driver there. Interesting. What about the other types mentioned? Toric? Accommodative.
Right. So toric IOLs are specifically designed to correct astigmatism.
Astigmatism. That's when the eye isn't perfectly round.
Correct. The cornea or lens has more of an oval shape, causing blurry vision at all distances. Toric IOLs have built-in correction for that, so another way to potentially reduce the need for glasses post-surgery.
Okay. And accommodative.
Accommodative IOLs are, they're designed to try and mimic the eye's natural ability to change focus, to accommodate. The lens itself might shift position or change shape slightly.
Did that work well?
The technology is still evolving, honestly. They aim to provide a more continuous range of vision compared to multifocals, but the results can be less predictable for some patients. It's an active area of development.
And then there was just an others category.
Yeah, that's kind of a catch-all for more niche designs, maybe enhanced monofocals or newer technologies still emerging.
Fascinating how it's moved beyond just replacing a cloudy lens to really refining vision. Okay, so who's using these? Where are these surgeries mostly happening? Hospitals.
Hospitals are definitely the dominant setting right now. That's where most cataract surgeries happen.
Why is that?
Well, they have the infrastructure, the operating rooms, the staff, the resources to handle high volumes of surgeries, including more complex cases. They also typically have access to the widest range of IOL options from different manufacturers.
Makes sense, but I think the report mentioned another type of facility that's growing.
Yes, absolutely. Ambulatory surgery centers, or ASCs, they are the fastest growing segment for where these procedures are performed.
ASCs, outpatient clinics, basically.
Essentially, yes. Standalone outpatient facilities. They often offer cataract surgery in a more streamlined, cost-effective, and efficient way, especially for routine cases.
And patients prefer that sometimes?
There's definitely a growing trend towards patients preferring minimally invasive outpatient procedures if possible. Less hassle, quicker recovery sometimes. And importantly, ASCs are increasingly capable of handling the advanced IOLs too, the multifocals, the torics. They're not just doing basic monofocals anymore.
Ah, so they're becoming more sophisticated.
Exactly. That combination of patient preference, cost effectiveness, and increasing capability is driving their growth, especially in places like the US with well-developed outpatient infrastructure.
Okay, so a shift towards convenience and potentially lower cost settings where appropriate. We've touched on some of the drivers and restraints, but let's just recap the key market dynamics.
Sure. So the main drivers, boiling it down, are one, the sheer increase in cataract surgeries because the world population is aging. Two, growing awareness and, frankly, demand from patients for better vision outcomes using advanced IOLs.
Right. And the hurdles. What's holding it back, if anything?
The main restraints are probably the higher cost of those premium IOLs, the multifocals, torics, accommodative lenses. That can limit access, particularly in emerging markets or even for some patients in developed countries, depending on insurance.
Cost is always a factor.
Always. And the other thing is regulation. Bringing new medical devices like IOLs to market involves pretty stringent and sometimes lengthy regulatory approval processes, which is necessary for safety, of course, but it can slow down innovation getting to patients.
Understood. And the key trends to watch.
Well, we've already discussed the big one. The increasing demand for premium IOLs. Patients want less dependence on glasses.
Right.
And also the wider adoption of minimally invasive surgical techniques, which kind of goes hand in hand with the growth of those ASCs we talked about. Faster, potentially safer surgeries.
Okay, so strong growth fundamentals, a clear shift to premium products and more efficient settings. Now, who's making these things? What's the competitive scene like?
Oh, it's a highly competitive market. You've
Yeah.
got several major global players really leading the
Yes.
charge. Companies like Alcon Inc., Johnson & Johnson Vision Care, Bausch plus Lomb. These are probably the names most people in the field would recognize.
And what's their focus? Just making more lenses.
Not just more, but better. The key focus for all of them is continuous innovation. They're constantly working on new lens designs, using advanced materials like hydrophobic acrylics, which are very common now, and incorporating those premium features, multifocality, toric correction, maybe even trying to crack that accommodative puzzle.
So it sounds like a real R&D race.
It absolutely is. They invest huge amounts in research and development, not just for the lens itself, but also to improve surgical precision, safety, and overall post-operative outcomes for patients, making the whole process better.
And they work together sometimes.
Sometimes, yes. Strategic partnerships happen maybe to combine technologies or expand market reach. It's all about gaining an edge.
The report even mentioned some recent product launches that kind of illustrate this innovation, didn't it?
It did, yeah. Good examples of what's happening right now. For instance, just in January of this year, 2025, Bausch plus Lomb launched their Envista Aspire line that includes monofocal and toric IOLs in Europe. The focus there was on features to enhance surgical handling and outcomes.
Okay.
Then, back in September 2024, Johnson & Johnson introduced their Technis Odyssey IOL. That one's designed specifically to provide clear vision across all distances and, importantly, in different lighting conditions, which can be a challenge for some multifocals.
Tackling those refinement issues.
Exactly. And even a bit earlier, August 2024, a company called Rayner launched an IOL designed using artificial intelligence.
AI-designed lenses.
Yeah, an
Yeah.
AI-designed spiral IOL aiming for improved visual outcomes, apparently especially beneficial for patients who also have astigmatism.
Wow, AI, that really shows the level of technology being applied here. Okay, so let's try and wrap this up, bring it all together. What are the main things you think someone listening should really take away from this deep dive?
Okay, I think the key takeaways are, first, this global IOL market is already substantial, nearly $5 billion, and it's on a clear, significant growth path towards well over $7 billion.
Right, solid growth.
Second, regionally, While North America leads in size now, the fastest growth, the real engine, is in Asia Pacific. Keep an eye on that region.
APAC acceleration.
Got it. Third, product-wise, there's a definite shift happening. While basic monofocals are still the base, the demand and growth are really in those premium IOLs like multifocals and torics, driven by patients wanting better vision and less need for glasses.
Move to premium. Yep.
And finally, it's a very competitive landscape. Major players are constantly innovating, pushing the boundaries with new materials, new designs, even AI, all focused on improving lens technology and surgical results.
Okay, so here's what really clicks for me, the aha moment, if you will. It's this convergence, isn't it? You've got this unavoidable demographic trend, the aging global population needing more cataract surgery, meeting this relentless wave of medical technology advancement.
Exactly.
And together, they're creating this incredibly robust, evolving market that's fundamentally about improving people's quality of life through something as basic yet profound as better sight.
That captures it perfectly. It's a powerful combination.
Which leads to a final thought, maybe something for you, the listener, to consider.
Yeah, think about the implications. How will these trends, the aging population, the demand for premium vision, the technological race, how will they shape our healthcare systems going forward? What pressures will they create? What opportunities?
And what other breakthroughs might be just around the corner in ophthalmology, driven by things like AI or new biomaterials?
Exactly. And on a personal level, what choices will individuals face about their own vision correction in the years to come as these technologies become even more sophisticated? It really makes you wonder, what new horizons will we see, quite literally, in this vital field of eye care?